A couple on a mission to rescue their dream home from destruction.
I'm very nervous.
Will this sprawling building survive being chopped in two, ripped apart, and hauled in pieces across treacherous terrain?
Just thinking about it tears me up.
Moving this rural ranch will be nothing short of one massive move. The rolling hills and lush forests of eastern Kentucky. John and Donna Bertram have lived here in the town of Martin all their lives.
I love it. It's beautiful. I like to go visit places, but I always want to come back home. We've been married 10 years, and we dated about 18 years prior to us getting married. So 28 years.
Yeah.
John runs a coal haulage firm, but his real passion is restoring vintage cars. This is his pride and joy, an original 1945 Dodge Coupe.
I like to take an old car, make it more or less like a new car today, but got the old look about it.
With 7 children and grandchildren, their small bungalow is bursting at weekends.
We have a busy place, people in and out.
They have big dreams, to put a larger house on this empty 3-acre plot. But they're not going to build a house here. They're going to move one in. This colossal ranch from across town. Built in the 1970s, boasting solid redwood ceilings, its design is unique.
Goodness. This is a nice room. Really, the only thing that I would care to do to this room is just paint it and put my hardwood down. Is this redwood over the windows?
Yeah, it's redwood over the windows, all this redwoods.
Redwood's hard to get this day and time, isn't it?
John and Donna had always admired this iconic home. So when its owners sold the land it was sitting on to commercial developers, they leapt at the chance to buy it and haul it to their new plot.
I always wanted the house, but I never figured I'd ever own it.
Yeah, it was really a place that I awed about and thought, gosh, I'd love to have a place like that one of these days. Last year, we talked to the owner of the house, and John offered him the deal. We were just elated when the guy finally came across and said, yeah, I'm gonna sell it. I'm real pleased. It is a dream, finally coming true.
Donna and John bought the ranch for just $25,000. Moving it will cost a further $45,000. The land, foundations, and renovations, $145,000, bringing the grand total for this ambitious project to $215,000. For John, there's a tough sacrifice to make. He has to sell his beloved 45 coupe to pay for the move.
Yeah, I hate to see it go, man. It's like part of the family. Sometimes you have to give up a few things to get what you want, so that's what I've done.
With the developers anxious to start building a massive pharmacy on the site, the race is on.
We gotta get it moved, and we gotta get it moved quickly.
The 70 by 90 foot long ranch needs hauling, more than 5 miles to reach the new site. Narrow lanes and rocky highways make this move a massive challenge. Perfect for Nathan Adams of Ohio Valley House Movers.
Morning.
And his team, Jeremy
Ready for the main.
and Roger.
Are you looking in there? This house is a 70 by 90 monster. This house is extraordinary. It's just the shape of the eaves, and this is 1970 something home. And they just didn't build them like this back then. They were all little box homes with little box shrubs. It won't be long before this house will be a mobile home.
Trucking this ranch will test Nathan's mettle. It's 100 feet wide, too big for the roads.
38 feet.
It needs drastic surgery.
This has to be cut in half.
That's because the house is much wider than the highway. And worse, the road goes right through a rocky-sided canyon, which could destroy John and Donna's new home. So Nathan's crew must sever the ranch in half, cutting through the roof, rafters, and beautiful redwood beams. Only when it's chopped in two can the ranch hit the road. It's a daunting task. It takes 2 days to slice through the walls, floors, even the pipes. It's tough for John to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I hated to cut it, I really did, but that's the only choice I had.
Coming up, will John and Donna's dream ranch survive the butchery?
Whoa, back up a little bit.
In Martin, Kentucky, John and Donna Bertram are in a race against time to move this rural ranch 5 miles and rescue it from the developer's wrecking ball.
He'll have his property and we'll have our dream house.
It's been sliced in half, and now Nathan's move crew face an even bigger challenge. The enormous brick fireplace. It weighs a massive 20 tons and now hangs precariously out on a limb, making it difficult to support. Lift the house now, and the weight could rip this half off. To lighten the load, the crew must take the chimney down piece by piece. A long, laborious task. To remove it in time, John must call in a second crew. But the extra costs are a big worry.
I was hoping they could leave it, they can carry it, but they can't. It goes all the way into the ground, so they had to take it out. I was hoping to leave it in here, save a lot of work.
And it's not just the fireplace that's tumbling down. The crew has to tear off the brick facade.
The bricks are mainly held on by gravity.
And stone carport to lighten and balance the load. The ranch gets weaker and weaker.
We've got a lot of termite damage, and the redwood beams on the back, if that's going all the way through, we're going to have some major support issues, and that could really fall and cause some problems.
That's gotta hurt.
How we was pulling concrete out, and I'm not used to the eaves being this low. This house has an extremely low eave. And I just turned around, spun into it, bumped it, and smashed the gutter. And oh God, we hate that, but I guess sometimes it happens.
And then there's a personal blow.
Donna's just fallen ill, some kind of sickness or something, so she hadn't been able to be here, and that's really stressing out John. Because, I mean, she's always by her side, and they're together all the time, so I don't know how that's going to affect this move and everything.
Donna's took off sick here. She got ill, and I'm going to more or less finish the house by myself and try to get it right the best I can for her.
For the rest of the move, John will have to cope without Donna's support on site. With no time to waste, Nathan's crew slide steel support beams under the floor and jack up the first half of the house.
Okay.
The house lifts, splitting perfectly in two.
Yeah, this is the day we enjoy the most. It's called the pick. It's when the house leaves the foundation, and then we just pick it right up and go.
The first half of the ranch rolls off the foundations, ready to hit the road. But before they can move any further, they must prepare the route ahead. There's a perfect track for the job, but there's a problem. Trees and telegraph poles block the way, and these cannot be removed. There is another route across a 4 feet deep ditch, but it could derail the whole home. So Nathan's crew must build a makeshift bridge, filling in the ditch with soil and rock. It's a risky route, and it must be flat to stop the fragile ranch shaking to bits as they cross.
We need to have it prepared, a good, solid, hard surface so that we don't have any problems when we're getting from transitioning from the dirt onto the state highway.
The ditch got a lot of mud and stuff in the bottom of it, it's soft. Afraid the house will sink up and topple it off its beams, and there we'll be, splattered out all places.
But digging down unearths an explosive problem.
Oh! We found the gas line in the bottom of the ditch, and grabbing it with the teeth on the bucket could potentially cause a big boom.
To avoid a massive explosion, they must pack the gap with pipes, rocks, and gravel. But if they've got it wrong, the house could be blown sky high.
I hate to see this old house get destroyed on the road, you know.
Coming up, will Donna and John's precious ranch survive the deadly ditch?
The wheels are just barely clearing that big hole.
In Martin, Kentucky, John and Donna Bertram's dream ranch has been chopped in two for its move across town.
I just can't visualize how they're going to cut this house in two, move it in two pieces, and keep my ribwood as is. I'm very, very nervous.
But with Donna taken sick, John is now on his own.
And I'm going to more or less finish the house by myself and try to get it right the best I can for her.
Today is move day.
Get out.
It's 5 a.m. The police have given Nathan's crew just a few hours to haul the first half of the ranch to the new site and clear off the road.
We're ready to roll out, and we've got to get the make sure the ditch is packed good enough so the wheels don't sink as we cross the ditch.
But watch out, Nathan. You've got to get under the power lines, too.
I got these gloves. I'm getting ready to put them on. They're rated for like 3,000 volts.
The wheels are just barely clearing that big hole. Woo, that's close.
They just squeezed through.
All right, good deal. We're on the road. Oh!
But the road is jammed with obstacles.
Ease up below. Ooh, that is close. Oh, my goodness.
And up ahead, the going gets even tougher. The road narrows and the ranch could get caught between a building and a row of trees. It's on another collision course. So Nathan needs to rethink the plan. He'll escape through a parking lot. The truck driver needs to dodge around shopping trolleys and signs. It's a risky route, but the only way of reaching the highway.
I can't go through there. It's too tight, too many trees, the building's too big. So we had to go all the way around this gas station. I got you. All right, watch them lines. All right, we're getting ready to come up on this big bad turn.
He's watching Nathan. He's watching out for everything else. I just go where he tells me to go.
It's close. Look at it. Woo, that's close. All right, we gotta watch that sign. Nearly off this tight spot. We gotta let the fireman get by, and then we gotta miss this big stop in the road so we don't puncture a tire. Easy, easy. You're getting ready to hit a wide open road.
They may be on the open highway, but this ranch is so chunky, that they have to drive it right down the middle.
We gotta keep it in the center and keep it off the guardrails and poles.
There's not much space for traffic speeding towards them.
About 5 mile an hour would be good. Then it will slow up, you know, for these hills we're coming to and these wires.
He might be slowing down to get over them little bumps, a medium bump, or I don't know what he's up to.
This area is also prone to rock falls. Rubble on the road could wreak havoc with the wheels.
One bad bump, he can bounce it off the dolly.
All right, what y'all got? Some debris in the road that could cause a tire to pop.
It takes 90 heart-stopping minutes to reach the exit. And turning off it will be trucking hell. There's a ramp, but it's much narrower than the wheels. So the crew must build a wide makeshift roadway using 450 tons of soil and gravel. It's a lot of work, but the only way Nathan's crew can get off the highway. It takes 15 truckloads of earth to make this massive ramp.
We got to make sure that the ramp is wide enough and the wheels are going to hit right, or otherwise we won't make it down the hill safely.